Hello everybody, welcome back to Cryptic. Today, I actually surprisingly have a topic for you all. I know Gage normally always does the work, but hey, look at me finally being on top for once, so, we'll figure it out. So, without too much deliberation, I'm just going to jump right into it if that's alright with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
How this goes is in 1993, one of the most prolific criminals that Germany has ever faced up until this point had begun to make their mark. For 16 long years, their DNA would show up at crime scenes throughout Europe. Their criminal escapades that spanned nearly 2 decades seemed to know no bounds, leaving traces of their presence at crime scenes ranging from burglaries, robberies, murder, and more. This is the story of the Phantom of Heilibronn.
Bunch of different kinds of crimes, huh?
Bunch of different kinds. Many different places.
Interesting. When was this? The 90s?
It started in 1993, and it spanned for 16 years.
Damn.
Heilbronn? It's Heilbronn.
I think that's right, yeah.
Heilbronn. Okay, we're going to go with that. And, well, if one of the 5 people watches this wants to correct me, fucking go right ahead. We will take that comment. All right. So.
Yeah, we will.
From 1993 to 2009, the DNA of an unknown woman was found at multiple crime scenes shortly after DNA testing was widely introduced across Germany. So, through her DNA, she was placed at the scene of a bizarre number in a variety of crimes, mostly in Germany, but also in France and Austria. In no time, her reputation as a violent and heinous criminal spread. She started her crime spree with 2 murders, moving on to robberies and grand theft auto, stealing cars and motorcycles. Her DNA was later found on the bodies of 3 murdered Georgians whose bodies were found after they had been dumped at an undisclosed location.
What the fuck? She's just stealing cars and killing Georgians?
Dude, just a straight mad woman, man.
Okay. Alright, yeah. She's getting business done.
So, but get this. In one of her boldest acts to date, she shot 2 police officers in their heads while they were in their own car, killing one instantly, and luckily, although accidentally, leaving the other alive, albeit with serious lasting injuries and, unfortunately, no memory of his attacker.
Damn.
Right? For years, the Phantom eluded authorities, leaving only traces of her shadow that puzzled the German police. A bounty had been placed at this point, in hopes of catching the elusive Phantom. The bounty racked up to 300,000 euros, which comes out to about 350,000 US dollars by the end of the case.
So is this in one area of Germany, or is it all over the country?
All over Germany, but also she had her DNA found in France and Austria as well.
What?
Right?
Okay. Alright.
Got any thoughts?
No.
Fair enough. Neither did the German police.
So far.
So, the police, they were trying to paint a picture, just kind of figuring out any potential clues that they may have missed, because they didn't really know what was going on, right? Overall, she was really cunning. To the authorities, the crimes lacked any coherent methodology or purpose, and the locations and the victims had virtually nothing to do with each other. So, why was she doing this? What was the motive? It was almost as if she was toying with the detectives looking for her, while she continued her spree of crime for what seemed, at the time, like nothing else but just for the enjoyment, or simply just because she could.
So she's leaving DNA all over the place?
They are finding her DNA. Several different crime scenes all over the place. Yeah.
Jeez. So she doesn't care about having her DNA found. Do you think she would learn? Huh.
Right, somebody this prolific, you think that they might take a little bit more precautions. Yeah. So, get this though. The police, they were baffled. Her DNA had also been found on a heroin syringe, which suggested that she was a drug user. But there was a planned and calculating element to some of the crimes that just didn't quite fit the profile of a desperate and strung out drug addict.
Yeah, what the hell?
Right?
Okay. Wait, so they found a heroin syringe at the... Oh my god.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if the heroin syringe was found at a crime scene or if this was just separate. They found it, they tested it, and they also found her DNA on that as well.
Had to have been somewhere related, right?
It would make sense.
Because why would they test random heroin syringes? There's probably a lot of heroin addicts. Yeah. Huh.
Could be.
Crazy.
So, with this, they also couldn't wrap their heads around, how she was moving about so freely and with such great anonymity. So, on top of all of this, her DNA, in another case, was also found on a gun that had been used in a near-fatal fight between two brothers. However, during the police report, when questioning the attacker, one of the brothers, he swore he hadn't received the weapon from a woman. And the strange part is this was a common trait among the crimes that were associated with her. The found and interrogated parties denied all knowledge of her existence. So, you gotta ask, is this someone in power? Did she have connections to make sure that nobody would talk?
Wait. Two brothers get in a shootout, and they find her DNA on the gun?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, dude. What?
Right? What do you make of it? Like, what do you do at that point?
What do you do? It's the perfect crime. You don't commit it yourself.
Yeah, and I mean, she had it so locked down that they wouldn't talk about her. They have no recollection.
Like, how do you... So if I gave you a gun, and you kept it for a week and then shot somebody, like, I handled the gun enough to leave DNA on it still? How is that? You see what I'm saying? Like, how did they find... I could see fingerprints on, like, a bullet, maybe, but, like, DNA? Oh my god.
Maybe. Hear me out. You know, in, like, the old 90s anime, there's one, like, clip in particular, I'll try and put it in the video, where there's this chick, she pulls just a straight rocket launcher out of her titties. Maybe she just had the gun tucked away in there for a while. Who knows? So,
yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, or in your ass crack or something. I don't know. Holy shit. Alright.
But hey.
This lady's crazy.
Right.
She's shedding like crazy is what she's doing.
Oh my god, it's a lizard person.
Yeah.
So, with all of that, and I mean, you made a pretty good point. How long did that person have the gun, right? How did the DNA stay on that for so long? So, I mean, something just wasn't adding up. Looking back at the nature on one of the attacks, being the attack on the police officers, it kind of suggested that she was a seasoned killer. But some of the other crimes seemed oddly, like, amateurish. There was a very unusual pattern of escalation as well that you might expect from, well, a serial killer, and that wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no, like, what do they call it? MOU? Modus operandi? MO.
Yeah, and it wasn't making sense because she would go from murder to petty theft. And it's why at that point, after you already jumped in the deep end, why are you dipping your toes in the kiddie pool, right?
Hold on. Also, why the German police is finding DNA for petty theft or just any theft? The American police don't give a shit. They're gonna test for DNA if you get your car stolen? What the fuck?
There were quite a few cases that she was involved with. I would have to go back to double check, but it is, well, in like the 30s or 40s of all the things that her DNA was found on.
Yeah, even like Grand Theft Auto, I don't think police are gonna check for DNA.
Right, it does seem a little odd, but that is a good point. In the US, they just don't give a fuck. It's like, your shit got stolen. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
With this kind of like new line of thought, the German police, they actually launched a very unconventional gambit to try and catch the Phantom. So what they did was
Okay.
they did blanket DNA testing of thousands of women, which
What? Okay, how did they do this? Do you know?
that is a great question. I tried to look it up.
Volunteers?
It could be
You
maybe
couldn't
they were
find it?
going through like previous things and trying to compare. I don't really know, but there wasn't enough
Okay.
information there about
Okay.
how they went about it, at least. Ultimately, though, it didn't yield anything. And between the
Okay.
widespread testing and the hefty 300,000 euro bounty, once again 350,000 US dollars, decent sum,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't draw out any informants. So the police, they were kind of stumped. Some time passed, and well, the Phantom's ghostly visage began to crack. The day her identity became revealed was fast approaching.
Let's go.
So, the last straw came when the Phantom's DNA turned up again, when they were trying to identify the corpse of an asylum seeker that had been burned beyond recognition.
An asylum seeker. So a migrant was burned and they found her DNA on the migrant?
Exactly. But there was one problem. The body was that of a man. Didn't add up. How does that
Wait,
work?
so the DNA from the burned man was her DNA?
It had her DNA in there when they went to test the DNA of the man. When he is charred beyond recognition as well. Keep in mind, so any of her DNA would most likely not be there. So that didn't quite make sense. And doubts had been creeping in for a little while. But when another DNA test gave an entirely different result for that same burned body, it was clear something was off. And that right there is when the police made a very eerie breakthrough. Do you have any other guesses?
You want me to guess
If you want
whose
to,
DNA this is?
but a hint, the Phantom had been with them the entire time.
Okay. So it's a cop or a detective,
Possibly.
not committing the crimes, but just rubbing their DNA on everything they come in contact with. Just splooging on heroin needles? What?
Splooging on heroin needles. What a wonderful, shirts or a hats idea.
Or, you know how cops will, touch fentanyl and they're like, oh shit, I'm dying. Maybe that detective touched the heroin needle. Just
Could've been.
injected it and pretended like he didn't.
So get this.
Alright, I'm stumped. It's gotta be a cop of some sort, because it's with them the whole time.
The police in the regions where the Phantom had struck were using regular cotton swabs that were not certified for the job or made in the right way that would eliminate foreign DNA through contamination. The Phantom's DNA that had been detected everywhere did not belong to an elusive female killer who was terrifying enough to force all of her associates into silence. It actually belonged to an employee of a packing plant in Barvia, a woman who was
In where?
blissfully ignorant. Barvia, Bavaria.
Oh, Bavaria.
Bavaria,
okay.
thank you.
Okay.
A packing plant in Bavaria, excuse me. A woman who was blissfully ignorant that she had been the subject of a decade-long manhunt. And with that realization, the case of the Phantom of Helibronn was closed.
Oh my god, what a bunch of numbskulls.
Yep.
What
So,
a bunch of numbskulls.
For 16 years, they were chasing someone who, didn't exist because they didn't have standardized packaging as far as, their units and their cotton swabs.
That's crazy. So it's just one factory worker who just made a few bags of cotton swabs.
Yep.
Okay, that is crazy. I'm still stumped on why they DNA test vehicular theft and drug needles. But
Honestly, asking the bigger question there. Yeah.
That's besides the point. I guess they really care about crime in Germany.
And
that's a crazy story, man.
Right? So, regrettably, due to the contamination and the years spent chasing the Phantom, it would mean that several murders would go unsolved. However, as a silver lining, due to the severe quality control issues with the police testing kits throughout this case, the ISO, which is the International Organization for Standardization, published the ISO standard 18385 or 18,385. This was back in 2016 to define the requirements for producing consumables free of human DNA contamination that are designed for collecting biological evidence, meaning, hey, we actually have cotton swabs now, or there's a standard to make sure that this exact thing never happens again. So they did implement some regulations around that.
Yeah. That's so this, what was the lady's job on the in the factory to get all your DNA consistently over all of these swabs?
Just not wearing gloves, I guess, just grabbing cotton swabs and sticking them in the bag. Like, I have no clue, man.
Holy crap. But dude, I thought, this shows my ignorance, I thought DNA had to be pretty specific. Like, I didn't think like you could get like a skin cell on the I guess you can, on a fucking cotton swab in passing. I thought they had to get like your snot or, something worse.
Maybe she was real disgruntled and she was just like spitting on the belts as they were passing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe she was like barking orders or something. It was a lot of spittle.
A lot of spittle.
I'm just blown away.
Right.
She never took a sick day, so maybe she was sneezing.
Not once in 16 years, man.
Oh yeah, that huge span of time. That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow. I guess kind of goes to show how fragile DNA is, because like that's DNA is like irrefutable evidence, right? If you find DNA at like this fucking crime scene belonging to somebody, you just assume that that's the perpetrator. And it could be. Yeah. Crazy. That was a fun story.
Right? And yeah, I mean, shit, dude, 16-year span. They were chasing somebody who didn't exist. So yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. Just kind of a short one. It was just
that is
one
fun.
that I thought
like
that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Chase, I think you did a great job, honestly.
Oh, wonderful.
A good script.
Oh, I'm glad that you liked it.
That was a good script, dude.
Good, dude.
Maybe we'll get back to being more regular at this. We say that every video.
Eventually, one of the times will be right, though.
Yeah, one of the times. So, all right. So, see you next time.
Take care. Thanks for watching.